It was a beautiful summer day when my friends and I decided to go on a road trip. We were all so excited to hit the road and explore new places. None of us had any idea that this road trip would turn into a nightmare. We packed our bags, loaded up the car, and set off on our journey. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and the wind was blowing through our hair. Everything was perfect, or so we thought. As we drove down the highway, we came across a deserted road. It seemed like the perfect shortcut to our destination. We were low on time and decided to take it. Little did we know, this decision would change our lives forever. The road seemed endless, with no signs of civilization in sight. The sun was setting, and the light was fading fast. We were all getting anxious, and started to feel a little scared. The atmosphere in the car changed from excitement to fear. Just then, we saw something on the road. It was a figure standing in the middle of the deserted road. We couldn't make out what it was, but it seemed to be watching us. We were all frozen with fear. The figure started moving towards us, slowly but steadily. As it got closer, we could see that it was dressed in tattered clothes and had long, dirty hair covering its face. We could also hear a faint whispering sound coming from it. It was getting louder and louder as the figure got closer to our car. We were all screaming and panicking. We wanted to get out of there as fast as we could, but it seemed like the figure was blocking our way. We were trapped and didn't know what to do. Suddenly, it disappeared. We were all in shock and didn't know what had just happened. Was it a ghost? A demon? We didn't stick around to find out. We sped off down the road, trying to put as much distance between us and that terrifying figure. As we continued down the road, we started to notice strange things. The trees were getting thicker and the road was getting narrower. It felt like we were going in circles. We tried to find a way out, but the road seemed to lead us back to the same spot. The atmosphere in the car was getting tense. We were all panicking and feeling claustrophobic. Suddenly, the car broke down. We were stranded on that eerie road with no help in sight. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, we saw the figure again. It was standing behind our car, staring at us with its dark, haunting eyes. We could hear it whispering, and this time, it was saying our names. We were all trembling with fear. How did it know our names? Who or what was it? We were too afraid to find out. We tried to start the car, but it wouldn't budge. It felt like we were being held there by some unknown force. We decided to get out of the car and run. But as soon as we stepped out, we were surrounded by dense fog. We couldn't see anything beyond a few feet. We could hear the figure moving closer towards us. We were completely lost and at its mercy. One by one, my friends disappeared into the fog. I was left all alone, terrified and powerless. I could feel the figure getting closer. I could hear its whispers getting louder and more aggressive. Suddenly, it appeared in front of me. Its eyes were pitch black, and its face was contorted into a sinister grin. It reached out for me, and I closed my eyes, expecting the worst. But then, everything went silent. When I opened my eyes, I was back in the car with my friends, and we were on the main highway, as if nothing had ever happened. We were all confused and scared. We couldn't explain what had just happened. Our road trip horror story had come to an end, but the memories of that night would haunt us forever. We never took that deserted road again, and whenever we pass by it, we shudder, remembering the nightmare we went through. I may not have the best vocabulary or writing experience, but I hope my story will serve as a warning to others. Be careful when taking shortcuts on a road trip. You never know what horrors you may encounter.